there first until...
No, just sit over there. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Just wait. Everybody say, what's up, everybody? So I don't know how good the quality will be because we don't have a great signal in the Car Rider line, but I'm going to start off with story time because that's what I do. But Finn and I are in the Car Rider line. We are waiting on Ainsley to get out of school. So I thought I'd do kind of a new segment and I'm going to test it out and see what you guys think about it. But story time first. So Finnegan likes to collect Pokemon cards. And normally we spend, what's up, Jonah? Good to see you. We spend a lot of time looking for Pokemon cards because they're usually grown men that take all of the stock. So we're left to only be able to go to like thrift stores or secondhand stores or game stores. And the problem with those locations is that the markup is just astronomical. So a pack of Pokemon cards that would normally only be like $4.99 costs $13 to $15, which is ridiculous.
And that's why we saved up like 4 booster bundles for me to open like next week.
Yeah. So we're in the process. Finn likes to do live streams. So I'm letting him be included in this because we are just sitting in the car right
on my dad's phone, whenever I see a Pokemon game over there, I just download it.
Yeah, because we love Pokemon around here. But this is not Pokemon. So while I was on the hunt for Pokemon cards, I stumbled upon this pack. So there's this guy, a secondhand seller, who has, eBay, it just doesn't, I mean, the markup is still there. It doesn't matter where it is. I promise you, it's insane how much it costs to buy Pokemon cards for a 6-year-old. Like, you would think, the hobby wouldn't be that expensive, but it's just insane. But while I was on the hunt, I found this vendor who has every collection card that you could imagine, like basketball, baseball,
Pokemon.
He has Pokemon. And then he has like super niche like cards that you can collect. So he had like New Kids on the Block and the kind that had like the bubblegum sticks inside of them and all of that stuff. Like he had tons of them, tons of different Garbage Pail Kids, all of that kind of stuff. So I stumbled upon this box of cards and I almost purchased all of them, but I was like, well, I'll just get a few and see how it's received. And then if you guys like this content, if you like the opening of these packs, we can do this some more too. So now, mind you, this was distributed by Piedmont Candy Company. So I don't know if we may end up having like a stick of bubble gum or something inside of here, which would be really funny. But I'm going to show you the date on this is 1986. So this is like yeah. Hey, it's only 3 years younger than me. So it is Terrorist Attack America Fights Back educational cards. And what I thought was so funny about this is pre 9/11. So this is like, but it's legit distributed in 1986. So we're going to open this together and see what terrorist cards we can get from 1986. Okay, so packaging is like a wax paper. It's not super fancy.
I'm keeping that.
First card says a sadistic ritual. And here's what it says on the back of it. Bizarre stories about Idi Amin, the deposed dictator of Uganda. Amin is considered one of the most colorful, illogical, and cruel leaders of the 20th century, rising to power with a military group in an African nation torn by economic and tribal strife. He quickly replaced key government officials with unqualified henchmen loyal only to himself. The end result was an unresponsive and inefficient political organization that did little but plunder the wealth of his nation. So pretty much like every politician, I kind of feel like. Once firmly in power, he played out many of his sadistic fantasies. It's reported that he kept entire rooms filled with the body parts of his political opponents. Crocodile populations increased in the capital due to the large numbers of bodies found in its rivers. Often he drank human blood, sometimes directly out of the arms of donors. The fear he created was immense. Often he would participate in basketball games where no one was allowed to score points except for himself. And similarly, he set up boxing matches, which he understandably never lost. Once he offered to become King of Scotland and was reportedly disappointed when the request never materialized. Okay, you gotta be quiet. By 1979, the economic and social fabric of Uganda was virtually destroyed. It is estimated that he was responsible for the deaths of as many as 1 million Ugandans, with more fleeing the country. Mercifully, he left the country that year after a coup. It is believed that he resides in Libya, hoping to return soon. This, of course, again, was distributed in 1987. So that is the Idi Amin card that we received today. And I don't know if you can really tell, like when I hold it up there, but he's holding what looks to be a chicken leg in one hand and then drinking a cup of blood in the other hand, which is crazy. You'll take that?
Yeah, every card that he gets mine.
Oh, okay. You're going to keep the collection?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a great idea. Next, we have Mastermind of Terror, Sabri Khalil Bana. So here's the card. He is a shadowy figure who may be the deadliest terrorist alive. This was as of 1987. I'm just going to keep giving that disclaimer on here. He's better known as Abu Nidal, which means father of struggle. Over the past 12 years, Nidal molded his Fatah Revolutionary Council into a fanatical group responsible for more than 100 terrorist attacks. These include November 1985 hijacking of an Egypt Air jetliner that left 59 dead, attacks the next month in Rome and Vienna that left 19 dead and 112 injured. Most of his efforts have been directed at fellow Arabs. Originally a member of the PLO, he broke from that organization in 1974 and tried to murder its leader, Yasser Arafat. Disgusted, the PLO has sentenced him to death. So, Mastermind of Terror, Sabri Khalil Bana. Done.
Note 8.
And next we have Aldo Moro. The card says the president slain.
Wait, let me see.
It's pretty crazy, huh? In 1978, Aldo Moro, the 61-year-old chairman of the ruling Christian Democratic Party and a 5-time past premier of Italy, was kidnapped in Rome during a machine gun ambush staged by members of the infamous Red Brigade. A commando team of 12 bloodthirsty terrorists had shot and killed 5 police bodyguards, grabbed Moro, and escaped into the city traffic. The event became known as the Massacre of Black Thursday to stunned Italians. The government quickly launched the biggest manhunt in post-war history. Thousands of police, joined by 30,000 Italian troops, scoured every inch of the capital, but the cowardly terrorists were not found. Eventually, the heroic Moro, loved by millions, was slain. The next is the Irish Republic Party.
That one I'm really excited to have.
Says a bomb for Thatcher.
That one I'm really excited to have.
You're excited on this one?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is good parenting or bad parenting, but
The
jury is still out on that one. Okay. So the Irish have been waging a war against England for hundreds of years. The conflict has escalated and endured to the present day. Neither side is willing to give in, and both sides can point to abuses and atrocities. The Irish Republican Party is a terrorist group which sprung out of the conflict using past atrocities to justify the murder of innocent people. The IRA is heavily funded by U.S. citizens. In October of 1984, the IRA made the bold attempt to destroy the British government. A bomb blew up the hotel in which Prime Minister Thatcher was staying. While the Prime Minister escaped unharmed, 4 people were killed and over 30 were wounded. Following the blast, an IRA spokesman said, "Today we were unlucky, but remember, we only have to be lucky once." It's a pretty well-known phrase. I had no idea that it actually came from this particular incident. So, a bomb for Thatcher, the IRA, who was funded by American citizens as of 1987. Which I thought that was kind of funny. And also, like, this is blind. I have not seen any of these. So innocent tortured. So there's the card. And then it says the use of drugs to torture and brainwash hostages and prisoners is widespread today. This trusted use of medicinal knowledge was first implemented in the laboratories of Nazi Germany's death camps. Behind the Iron Curtain, dissidents were often put into mental hospitals because of their insane views. Once in the hospital, they were drugged and tortured until they came to their senses. Injections are also used in the Middle East to kill and torture prisoners. Syria, Iraq, and Iran eliminate their prisoners through drugs and slow-acting poisons, which leave little external evidence of the torture. So I think it's interesting. The pack says, can I see the little package again, please? My little helper. So it says terrorist attack, America fights back, which you just said that American citizens are the ones funding the IRA. Hang on a second. But this doesn't actually point to an actual terrorist attack or a terrorist in general. It's just the idea of poisoning your enemies or your prisoners or something like that. So I'm not really sure how this whole pack thing is going to work, but anyway. Guards, what will be interesting is if we come across a piece of historical evidence that is reflected differently in these cards than how it's portrayed publicly now. Like,
Mommy,
yeah, baby.
what would you do if you got a rare card?
Well, I don't know how we determine rare versus not rare because these are all from the 1980s. So I feel like they're all rare at this point.
Yeah, but some could be cooler than
some could be
others.
cooler than others.
Yeah, but I feel like the leader in my part is this guy.
So you think the one who bombed the IRA bomber is the lead?
Yeah.
You think it's the coolest one?
Yeah, don't you?
Okay. So this one says guards kill Gandhi. And
I got somebody who really wants to be in this video. We got Pascal.
Pascal is also in the video. Matches my glasses. We're doing good. Okay. Indira Gandhi, the 66-year-old Prime Minister of India, had been shot and killed by her own bodyguards. As Mrs. Gandhi approached a gate on her 10-acre compound, 2 trusted bodyguards opened fire with a revolver and submachine gun, riddling her with bullets. The attackers paid a high price, however. The other guards immediately sprayed one with over 40 bullets, killing him on the spot. The remaining attacker was seriously wounded. The assassination was an act of pointless vengeance. Both guards were members of the Sikh religion, a group fighting for a separate state within India. Sikh has it spelled differently on here than it's spelled today, but I'm not sure. 5 months earlier, Gandhi had sent her army into the Golden Temple of Amritsar, the Sheikh's holiest shrine to avert armed Sheikh terrorists. Many had been killed and others vowed revenge. So guards kill Gandhi. The artwork on these is actually pretty cool, and I would be really interested to see. Oh, they're numbered. So on the back where they give the description, there's actually number value. Let me see those other cards real fast.
And then we have to give them back.
Okay, so we've got 14, number 6, 7.
6, 7.
Oh my gosh. 6, 7, 14, 15, 20 that we've already gone through. So I think that there's a certain number. Let me see the package one more time. I apologize. So there's 8 cards in here, but it doesn't tell me how many total there are. I'm sure that's something I could look up.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
But one thing that's kind of cool on here is it says send 5 wrappers from any Piedmont Candy Company product with your name, address, and zip code, and we'll send a free copy of Baseball Card Digest. Allow 4 to 6 weeks for shipment. So I wonder if you could still do that today. Is that even a thing anymore? Baseball Cards Digest? Like, does that exist? Is that still a thing? Okay, here, buddy. Okay, sorry. Distracted. All right, so we got Sneak Attack is the next card. And there's 8 cards in a pack. This is number 27. Nuclear power plants are widespread throughout the United States. They are an attractive target for terrorists since they are a vital source of power and have the potential to cause the deaths of millions of people should a meltdown occur. While most nuclear power plants have excellent security, they are still vulnerable. A team of commandos could easily parachute into the power plant itself and easily dispatch the defenders with automatic weapons, grenades, and even gas. Once in control of the plant, the terrorists would be able to blackmail the United States or kill untold numbers of its citizens. Terrorist squads could also attempt to infiltrate the power plants, as was recently done by a reporter. Terrorist squads could also attempt to infiltrate the power plants, as was recently done by a reporter. Ooh, I wonder what the story is there. I wonder, so, I mean, we're talking 1987, a reporter breaking into a power plant in the United States. It would be interesting to look that story up now in hindsight. But I think that this is interesting because it's just showing a bunch of paratroopers going into a power plant. It's like they're forecasting, it's so funny. A team of commandos could easily parachute into a power plant in the US. Could you imagine a scenario like that happening today, in modern society? I guess the hot air balloons would just drop some parachuters into a nuclear plant.
Wait, Mommy.
Yes, baby. What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
6, 7. Okay, so we're down to our last card in the pack for today's edition of Kill Time in the Car Rider Line.
Why did you not bring the other pack?
Well, I thought I'd see if they like this first, and then if they do, we'll keep doing these. But if they don't, we just did one, and then we'll just not do the other ones.
Okay, so
last one, it says, will it ever end? Will it ever end? No, it doesn't ever end. Okay, so this is card number 30. It says, will there ever be an end to terrorist? Will there ever be an end to terrorist attacks? Probably not. As long as there are unbalanced fanatics who are willing to kill innocent people to further their goals, terrorism will continue. In fact, terrorists have been around since before the Greek Empire, although the amount of damage that could be done by a single terrorist has increased with the progress of weapon technology. Probably the only way to end terrorism would be through the creation of a totalitarian society in which individuals are kept under surveillance at all times. Obviously, such a life would be more unpleasant than today's world, Perhaps the only response the individual can make to terrorism is to keep faith in God, our country, and a well-stocked personal arsenal. Piedmont Candy Company needs to come back in business, because I would totally give a candy company my business, as they say, well-stocked personal arsenal in their last card of the pack. This is awesome. Okay, so, and just so you guys don't think that I'm faking it, it definitely says that at the end. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed this, leave a comment, let me know. This is a fun way for me to pass the time as I sit in the car rider line for like an hour and a half. Otherwise, and let me know about the quality. I don't have a great signal here. Let me know if it worked okay. Okay, hey, you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Bye.
Say thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Pascal just wants to say.
I love the car rider line. It's so much fun. Okay. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.